Today's art journal technique is lettering. We're going to learn some simple calligraphy ideas. So I want to look at my journal pages that I've been working on here, and you can see that I developed an alphabet and all of the letters match. So essentially, I've designed my own font, right? And then on the other page, I've taken one of those letters, C for candy, again, and designed it and added some flowers and some little textural lines here too. So to get started, we're going to need our mixed media sketchbook, and then we're also going to need some permanent markers and a pencil. So let's open it up and go to the page where I've put the whole alphabet down. And I used all capitals, but you could use lowercase as well. So I've got my A, B, C's. So when you're designing your font, you want to kind of think about how you're going to make all of your letters go together. So maybe I'm going to come out here and then draw a polka dot at the end. And so if I want to do that, then a good spot to do that would be right here on the B. So in other words, if I came out here and drew a big triangle, and then down here and drew another triangle, which one doesn't belong? It'd be this C, because these two both have the polka dots at the end. So it's really important that you figure out how you're going to make your letters match. You can also come back and you can add little extra lines. And so I could do that here on the B, and we'll skip the C because he doesn't belong right now. We could add an extra line on the E. And then it's time to color them in. I'm going to use some orange. So I can use this end of the marker, come down, and then I'll color the other end in with a big polka dot. And I'll repeat for my B. And this is really cool because you can just pick all of your favorite shapes and incorporate them into your own font. Can you imagine how many fonts you can come up with just by adding little simple doodles to each letter? So then we're going to come over here and finish that side of the A. And let's do the B too. And then come down here. I know on the computer, if you're working in word processing, you'll see all different kinds of fonts. And somewhere, an artist has designed these fonts. And now it's your turn. So once your marker dries, you can go back and erase some of your pencil lines. And you might want to go back, once you get all of your letters done, you could go back and outline them in a fine tip marker. That would make them stand up a little bit. Stand out a little bit, and stand up. And then let's jump over to the large letter. If you look at the one I have finished here, I've used my same font that I have next to it, and then outlined it, and then I added a vine. But you could add anything. You could add a little bumblebees, or you could add a string of beads, anything you want, and then add some leaves, maybe color it in. You can see I used the same purple lines on my large letter that I did on the little letters here. And then the last thing is you want to name your font. Maybe you want to name it after yourself. I think I'm going to call this one the Candie font.